Hello, this is Kara from Kara Tarot with a general reading for Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. I'm using the Influence of the Angels Tarot today for this spread. And the spread that I'm using is the spread that is in the book of the William Blake Tarot. It's becoming one of my favorite go-to spreads. It's the Fourfold Vision spread. 4 ways of looking at an issue. First card is the subject of the reading. Second card is seeing with the eyes, seeing through the eyes, seeing creatively, and I'm going to have to shift everything. That's my 4th card. And so the topic is, again, a reminder from yesterday, temperance. Temperance is about balance. Temperance is often also compared with justice. They have, they sort of play off of each other. Balance, equality, fairness, both land and water. So it's both material and emotional and spiritual, the blending of elements. So the superficial view, seeing with the, again, these show up together. The world, the superficial view, completion, that to achieve, the superficial view would be that to achieve balance, you would achieve completion. Achieving balance would be everything that you need to do, and that you would feel fulfilled if you could achieve balance. This is the superficial view. Seeing through the eyes, which is seeing on a deeper level. The 3 of Pentacles. This is one of my very favorite cards from this deck. I've said before, I love the fact that it is the master, the apprentice, and the horse working together under the guidance of an angel. The 3 of Pentacles is about all of that. It's about teaching, apprenticeship, cooperation, all within understanding how you fit in. And interesting to compare these with balance, which I had not done before. But this isn't all, it's a 3-sided triangle, equilateral triangle, if you will. It's all 3 sides working together. So balance, we often think of just 2. But this is the balance of 3 things. So looking at this more deeply, this achievement is not just what we think of on the either or. It's all working together. So that is the deeper vision of temperance. The creative view of temperance. The King of Pentacles. Kings are about mastery. The King of Pentacles is a king of material goods, of not just wealth, but also the distribution of wealth. He's also about fairness. He's about making sure that people have what they need. The person that is depicted in this card, and that's part of why I'm working with these cards this month, is to learn who these people are, is Giovanni de' Medici, the founder of the Medici Bank, which gave birth to the Medici's family's rise to power. He got his start in banking through his cousin and eventually established his own bank in Florence, with branches in Rome, Venice, Naples, and Gaeta. Adept at business, he also opened 2 wool and textile processing factories and eventually expanded into the import-export trade. He married a woman from a well-established Florentine family and had 2 sons who ultimately finally developed the Medici dynasty. Giovanni died a very wealthy man, but in the years that followed, his family's wealth and influence, political and cultural, grew exponentially. So that was after him. In 1531, 100 years after his death, basically, the family became hereditary dukes of Florence. The Medici Bank operated all across Europe and one of the most affluent and respected institutions of its day. So it's easy to lose sight of him in what the family became. He was the workhorse. He is the one that established these things, and he did not see the fruition and ultimately what became the abuse of power. That was 100 years later. So this is about foundations. This is about having a long-range vision that you may never see the end of. You may never see what it becomes eventually. This is also about having good fortune, literal and figurative good fortune, but also managing it well. Whatever happened to the family later, he managed it well. So the creative view of temperance would be not just incorporating these things, but it would also be managing your temperance, managing your balance well, managing your balance and your cooperation with a long-range view, not merely the view for immediate success. And yesterday I was talking about zooming out and seeing things from a distance. And that's what this card is about. It's about the God's eye view. Oh, woo! The God's eye view of temperance is the Ten of Swords. Now that's harsh. I would say the Ten of Swords is about finality and death. And this is a harsh reality. Everything comes to an end. In theory, the world eventually will come to an end. This is completion, and this is a different kind of end. This is more of a violent end, and that is exactly what happened with his family. That's where his planning and foundations grow. And I think of this in this setting. I think of this as a reminder that no matter how long range you think you are planning, no matter how fair and equitable you think you're going to be, things can go wrong, things can fail. Even the best decisions and the most balanced decisions can end up being very bad for someone. I think we're seeing this on a daily basis. We're seeing people thinking that they have the right solution, and it ends up being very bad for someone. So then temperance, if we get back to temperance then, we want to be sure, at least for now, that the decisions that we're making are going to be fair for everyone. So it's this dichotomy of what balance means. Balance isn't static. It swings back and forth. And the oracle card that I'm using with this today is from Mary, Queen of Angels Oracle. Self-respect. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. So it's easy to doubt yourself. It's easy to wonder if the decisions that you're making are going to be beneficial. And all you can do, ultimately, is lay the foundations, do the best work you can, and have the highest aim in mind. And honor and love yourself through your highest actions. I'm Kara for Kara Tarot. Thank you.